But yes, and you will. But tonight, our curse ends with me. If you're watching this, then I feel.
Owen's estranged daughter Iris is called from her home in London to identify her father's body. Once there, she is approached by a solicitor who offers to be executor of Owen's will, making the transition process to new ownership simple. Iris stays at the pub that night and, whilst investigating a noise downstairs, is accosted by Neil. He offers her $4,000 to visit the woman in the basement. Iris tells him to return the following day. The next day, realizing there is the potential to make money from visitors, Iris signs over the deed to the pub to herself, making her the new owner. The solicitor gives her an instruction package from her father, including the video. Iris's friend, Katie, arrives to stay with her, and the two of them accompany Neil down to the basement. There, an old wooden chair sits in the center of the room opposite another chair, behind which is a brick wall with a large hole in it. Neil calls into the hole, and a woman walks through with a sackcloth bag over her head. Iris, as owner of the building, is able to command Baghead to sit down. Neil straps Baghead to the chair and gives her a ring, asking to speak to his wife. Baghead transforms into a different woman, Neil's mother, who taunts and attacks him. Iris puts the bag back on her head and commands her to return to the hole in the wall.
Neil? Neil! The truth is, I couldn't stand the sight of you. You ruined my life. Is that hard to hear, sweet boy? I never wanted to be a mother.
Alone in the pub, Katie investigates the pub's previous owners, one of whom was Otto Vogler, who took his own life. Vogler is in a framed photograph from 1972 on the wall, pictured standing next to the solicitor. Iris visits Neil. He explains that Owen had an arrangement whereby you pay him $2,000 and he allows you 2 minutes with Baghead. Offering her an item that belonged to the deceased will allow you to speak with a loved one. Iris allows him to visit Baghead, who finally transforms into his wife Sarah, who died in a car accident. It is revealed that Neil actually wanted to know the name of the person that Sarah was having an affair with. The 2 minutes expires and Baghead attacks Iris, claiming that they are both prisoners in this building. In a flashback to the opening scene, Owen visits Baghead, who has taken on the form of his wife Catherine. Owen tells her that he has visited to say goodbye, and he proceeds to douse the room in alcohol and petrol. Catherine admonishes him for abandoning her and leaving Iris to care for her while she was sick, before setting him alight.
Who was it you were seeing?
Seeing? Neil, I don't...
It's all in the past now. But it would help me to know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
30 seconds.
Sarah, please.
Iris visits Baghead, who takes on the form of Owen. He shows anger that Iris is the new owner of the pub, and that he left her and Catherine to protect them. He explains that Baghead is uncontrollable and unkillable, and begs Iris not to bring him back again. She tries to burn the deed to the building, but is unable to destroy it, proving that she is now a prisoner of the building and of the creature that lives there. Katie returns to the pub and visits Baghead, who uses a piece of paper from Vogler's house to appear as Vogler. He explains that 400 years ago, an ancient brotherhood tried a young conjurer as a witch and burned her at the stake. She returned as a vengeful spirit who destroyed their lives. The brotherhood performed a ritual which sealed the witch in an underground tomb. Centuries later, the tomb was reopened by the brotherhood to abuse her power of conjuring the dead. The members of the brotherhood grew sick and died, leaving only one guardian at a time to inherit the curse, the person whose signature is on the deed. Baghead then attacks Katie and traps her in the basement. Iris goes to the basement to hear Katie's cries for help coming from the hole in the wall. Despite her father's warnings, Iris enters the hole, behind which is a deep warren of corridors carved into the rock. Iris finds Katie's body and is chased back through the hole by Baghead, before being rescued by Neil.
Where's Iris? Let's get out of here.
Neil sedates Iris and speaks to Baghead. He explains that he wanted to take ownership of the building so that he could speak to Sarah whenever he pleased. He tries signing his name on the deed, but it fades away. Baghead turns into Sarah, and Neil reveals that on the night she died, he had sedated her before she decided to drive the car. Sarah tries to convince him to kill Iris so that he can inherit the pub and they can be together again. Neil attacks Iris and chases her off the pub. They end up on the roof and, after a scuffle, Neil throws Iris to the ground, killing her. Neil gives Baghead Iris's phone so that she turns into Iris. He states that he should now be in control of the building, but Iris points out that, as Neil has brought her back, she is still the owner, and therefore is in control of Baghead, who attacks and kills Neil. It is revealed that the events of the story have been carefully orchestrated by Baghead, who, as Iris, is finally able to walk free of the building, which burns to the ground.
I need to see my wife.
Well, may I ask what has prompted this change of heart?
I want a little time in my dad's old place.
It's 4,000.
I just want the chance to say goodbye.
Goodbye, Neil.